Welcome back to another video. We're back with some more Bannerlord, and if you notice in the top left of the screen, we're taking another look at Game of Thrones. This time, it's the third one we're taking a look at, and I believe it's the last one, Trial of the Seven Kingdoms. And I've got to say, we took a little peek at it to make sure it'd run before doing this, otherwise it'd be a bit awkward if it didn't. But from the brief look that I had, this might actually be, I think we've saved the best till last. And not only that, but I think this might be contender for best Bannerlord mod out there that I've seen so far. It's like a 30 gig mod. It was a 16 gig download, unzip it, 30 gig. There's a ton of assets. There's a ton of like changes and stuff. I think this one might be it, guys. It is worth noting, it does come with custom music as well. But I've decided to leave that out because one of the other Game of Thrones, I think it was the Realm of Thrones, included custom music, and YouTube, in all fairness, we got instantly flagged for copyright. So I thought it'd be safe to leave that out. But that does come with the mod, just to let you all know. But let's jump in and take a look. Okay, so we're in. The first thing, the map. Oh man, the map. So, as you can see, you've got all these different houses over the map. And if we compare it to the other two, if you've seen the other two, I can leave a link in the description to them both if you want to do a comparison to see which one you decide you want to play. So instantly, the maps are pretty similar in terms of what they give you. All three of them include the full version of Westeros. All three of them include some of Essos. One did try to include all of Essos. But this is the only one I've seen so far where the map is textured. We have the wall. You can see it's pure ice. The snow, the north, even the cities. We have Winterfell in the game. We take a look at King's Landing, being, I think, pretty much the biggest city. Look at that model. Then you have custom ones, Dragonstone. And then even if we go to the Vale, they've even slapped it up on a mountain. The Twins. I think, hands down, you got Castle Rock. Hands down, I think, map, this mod has already taken it. It's a fully customized map already. Instantly, I mean, even the cities are modeled, the map is textured, all the different houses everywhere. And not only that, but the map is actually massive. So you have all these houses. If we zoom in on an area, then the castles start to appear. So you got houses, castles and stuff, and then all these villages as well. The map is pretty stacked because each of the other mods had their own flaws. And I think instantly with this one, the flaw is this bit, I suppose. Oh. There's no Night's Watch or anything here. There's a couple of wildlings. Wildlings north of the wall, but there's no like Night's Watch or anything, and there's no White Walkers or anything. The Long Night, if you saw that video, that one I think was heavily focused on White Walkers. It had really good White Walkers. They were really well modeled. Had undead giants and everything. But this mod is clearly not focused on that, or at least not focused on that yet. It could be coming. But, man, the map has already shocked me. So now we look into what time period this mod is. So Realm of Thrones was set after Rob's dead, Ned's dead, and I believe The Long Night is pretty similar. Robb Stark is in charge of the North. Renly was dead, I believe. Joffrey was king. We'll take a look at what time this one is set. Here we have a list of the houses. We take a look at the Stormlands. We actually have Robert Baratheon as current king. That would mean Ned would be Warden of the North. So you have Robb here, Robert Baratheon, and he's even in his custom like Baratheon armor. And these just look great. So you have Eddard Stark, the North. I imagine this would be Tywin. Yep. The Vale. Is this before Jon Arryn's death? It is. Riverlands. That's a Tully, if I remember. Yep. Come on, we got this. The Reach. The Reach. Which one's the Reach? Oh no. The Reach isn't the Tyrells, is it? Oh, yes. And then the North, yeah, Eddard, Freefolk. Mance, maybe? Yep, so it's Mance. And then we got all the smaller houses, and then Dawn. Martells. Oberyn Martell, was he? It might have been him, I'm not too sure who was in charge of House Martell. Because there was also the guy in the wheelchair in the show. I'm not familiar with the books, as I've mentioned in the other videos. But yeah, as you see, there's a lot of houses, and it's fairly detailed. So it's set just after Robert's rebellion, but before his death. Interestingly, we have a land bridge between Essos and Westeros. So what one of the other mods did was you actually run through the water to cross over. I guess in this one you have to use the land bridge. They used that as a way to cross rather than make the water crossable terrain. Can't complain at that, I suppose. But now we'll take a look at some of the troops. So here we have the northern troop tree. Goes into a northern warrior. I recognize those armors from the show. You get to the... I'd like to see a shield actually out. It looks like they're custom shields. It would have been nice to have seen one holding it so we could see what they look like. Oh man, that looks pretty cool. And you got the Woodsman, which is the ranged for the northern. And we also have some cavalry. So in terms of the northern units, I don't think the North did really have these fancy armors or anything. At least it wasn't shown in the show that they really had these fancy things. It was just the Lannisters had that specific style. The Vale looked like they were armored knights. Dawn probably has its own style because of the terrain there. But the North were kind of straightforward. It was pretty much keep warm. So there's also a troop tree for the Starks directly. So there's a lot of troop trees to go through. So I doubt we'll be able to cover all of them in this video. But if you look, you see stuff like Arryn. House Arryn has its own tree. Oh, the logo. The blue shields. Look at these custom armors. They are great. Then Baratheon. That also has its own custom units. The stag. I love the little stag on the helmets. Then you'll notice, so the Baratheon has a troop tree, but if I go down to Stormlands, the Stormlands in general have a troop tree. So I wonder if I went to the north and recruited, I'd just get a northern recruit. But if I was specifically recruiting from Stark lands, maybe only the Stark family have special access to them. But like the Boltons have their own troops. With the was that the flailed man? Is that what that logo stood for again? Because they used to like skin their opponents, and I could be chatting shit. But yeah, there's a lot of troops. I want to take a look. Seen the Arryn, so that's pretty much the Vale. We've got the Tullys, the Tyrells. Actually, we'll take a look at a Tyrell's troop tree. The nice green with the gold trim. The rose. A Templar Knight, apparently. Dudes, you go from a Tyrell cavalry to a Crusader fighting for the Holy Lands. And oh man, considering this mod is like a 30 gig file, there's a lot of assets. Western. Would Western be the Westerlands? Is that what I'm looking for? Okay, Western is just general Western troops. That is the Lannisters. They also have. So the problem with this list is I don't know. This list doesn't tell us which ones you can get in game and which ones they might have done, but then scrapped or something. But here we have the Lannister troop tree with the custom red armor and the helmets. The helmets, I don't know if it's like that with anyone else, but the helmets give off massive Uruk-hai, Lord of the Rings vibes. You know that looks like an Uruk-hai helmet. But again, it's a great model. I can't fault these armors. I also noticed there is a Night's Watch. Why was it? I remember my alphabet. There is a Night's Watch troop tree, but I don't know how you would get them because it doesn't look like there is a Night's Watch. It'll be coming soon. Who knows? Let's take a look at Dawn. I think that's pretty much the only faction we haven't really seen a style of. Let's have a look at the Dawnish armor then. So yeah, it's as I imagined, similar to the that's some nice plating though. That's the spear through the sun, the Martell logo. There's also stuff like Unsullied in here. Which also look really cool. Oh man, can I find anything bad about this mod? So yeah, this is just a look into Trial of the Seven, and as I've been saying all the way through, this I think is my favorite mod by far. This is the best mod I've seen so far. If anyone can recommend other great mods they want me to look at, feel free and I can take a look at them. But hold up, is that written? They've got Essos written in dirt. Just have to remember what it was, so they labeled it. But that's a look into the Trial of the Seven. That's the last of the 3 Game of Thrones mods. If you're interested in me doing a playthrough of this mod, just let me know and we can do an actual playthrough of it rather than just a overview. But I recommend giving it a go. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, and until next time, see ya!